Are you serious? Are you serious, folks? Planet X! Well, I know a lot of people are concerned about Planet X and all of the 5 waves of energy and how the heavens are shaking. But today, an asteroid is going to come very close, less than 50,000 miles from the surface of the Earth. This thing, the name of this asteroid, nobody's talking about it. It's amazing to me, but I'm looking right at the charts. Right now, on this November 2nd, there is 1,739 potential hazardous asteroids, not going by the Earth today, but are on their way. The one that's going to go by, there's 2 of them going by today, too, but one is very close. The one asteroid that's going to go by today is 2016 VA. It is 0.2 lunar distance. 0.2. That means it is less than 50,000 miles from the surface of the Earth. The moon is 245,000 miles, give or take, because it kind of varies. But just go with 245,000 miles from the moon to the Earth. This asteroid is way closer to us than it is the moon. All right? It's also 16 meters in size. Pretty big rock. If it was to come crashing through and do a deep impact, it would create a catastrophic event. I'm telling you. It doesn't take a big rock to create a ton of damage. Good news is, this one is not going to hit us. But there may be some other smaller debris, or some other debris that's going to swing by. This thing's coming by way too close to not be bringing some smaller companion rocks with it, all right? So heads up, big time, as this goes by. It's 2016 VA. Also, another asteroid will go by, but don't worry about it. It's 7.1 lunar distance, so it's quite a distance away. And it is called 2016 UX5, but it's not going to bother us. It's this one that's really concerning. Very, very, very close at 0.2 lunar distance, and that is asteroid 2016 VA. And remember, there is, identified by NASA, 1,739 potentially hazard asteroids that will be called near-Earth objects that will be going by the Earth in the coming days and weeks. Now, there's been unbelievable, spectacular auroras that were visible in the skies, especially directly under the Arctic Circle. Incredible aurora outbursts, they're called. Mike from around the world told us this was going to happen. And he said if it does happen in a lot more than normally, then it means that the 5 waves of energy are affecting our magnetosphere around the Earth. And we've already heard BP Earthwatch tell us that it is definitely being affected, that CERN may have some role to play in that, but certainly the waves of energy are affecting our magnetosphere, our protection, our force field, if you will, to protect us from radiation and UV rays. And with the sun having this massive hole on it, its solar winds are releasing clear shot at us because there's nothing blocking them up there at the sun. We're getting poured on with UV rays. We just got to pray there's not a massive solar flare, an X flare, which could fry power grids. I mean, seriously, we are getting those reports even from the federal government of the danger of that could happen. So even though the auroras are beautiful, and we're going to be showing you some pictures of auroras and things today on our live broadcast if you're at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's paulbegleyprophecy.com. So there's some incredible stuff going on. But one more thing I got to share with you, and that is last night we had 36 fireballs in the sky reported all over the world. 36 different fireballs around the Earth. Every night there's usually a few, but man, this was a lot. 36 last night, and with this asteroid coming, I'm wondering if some of this could be some debris ahead of this asteroid that's going to go whizzing by the Earth today. Extremely close. I'm talking extremely close. Getting very close to even the satellites that orbit the Earth. And I'm sure that the guys in the space station up there better keep their eyes open as this thing goes by about 48,000 miles from the face of the earth. That's incredible, okay? Very close. It's 16 meters in size. But 36 fireballs last night reported in the skies around the globe in different locations of the earth, okay? So there's a lot of activity going on. I'm going to talk about all of this. I'm going to put the link below. You can actually look at the beautiful pictures of the auroras. You can see the trajectories of the fireballs. And you can also see the chart of the asteroids that are coming. I'll put the link below. And if you want to see some unbelievable, spectacular visuals of auroras and fireballs and things, you don't want to miss our broadcast. Starts at 12 noon Eastern at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Now you say, what has this got to do with prophecy? Jesus said that there shall be great signs and fearful sights in the heavens. I'll read the verse for you. It's found in Luke chapter 21. If you go there with me, just a couple verses. You know, Jesus said there'd be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts would fail them for fear, for looking after those things that are coming upon the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, he said, look up, lift up your head, for your redemption draweth nigh. Well, in Luke 21, verses 10, it says, Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Well, those fearful sights and great signs are being seen in the skies last night. We'll show you some of them. God bless. Give your life to Jesus Christ. He's coming soon. He's coming soon.
November 3rd, 2016. Guys, this is, I think, about part 5 in the Jupiter/Nibiru series. I've caught a lot of flack over this, and I've caught flack over other theories in the past 4 years that pretty much turned out to be correct. The magnetopause being affected by CERN and the earthquakes, things like that. And I'm pretty confident about this, and I'm not trying to be cocky about it. I'm trying to be informative. And there's a difference. Now, this video, Jupiter the Destroyer, has everything to do with the Nibiru legend, because if you think about it, even the Phoenicians, people like that, call Jupiter and its moons, which are, there's 4 major moons, the Galilean moons, but then you have about 66 other moons, and a lot of that could have been debris from the last collision. But now the scientists are looking deeper. They're creating models that can go back forward in time for thousands of years and predict exactly where the planet should be on the normal basis, and they can go back thousands of years on these supercomputers. So they've entered all the information of the solar system that they have. They've input every critical piece of information they could. Let me read this. I'm going to link to the article. It's called Jupiter the Destroyer. The scientists that are doing the models say we should be thankful that the early solar system was not conducive for life. During those early days, Jupiter was less constrained by its current orbit and swung through the early solar system, annihilating a first generation of inner planets, as reported by new evidence in the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Based on a simulation of early planetary formation, the destructive behavior of an adolescent Jupiter may explain why our solar system has so little in common with other planetary systems. In these other systems, large rocky planets orbit extremely close to their host star, much closer than the distance between Mercury and the Sun. Jupiter's wanderings is a possible reason to our solar system's lack of inner rocky planets. Now remember, this is the National Academy of Sciences. It says, after the planetary apocalypse, Their words. Jupiter eventually settled into its current orbit, while much of the other debris of the first generation planets plunged into the sun. The remnants that did not suffer a fiery fate would eventually coalesce into the modern inner planets Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Another reminder that we are nothing more than recycled remains of a planetary apocalypse. Now, guys, don't let this confuse you when they say, well, so God didn't create it. I saw a lot of comments about, well, so God didn't create the Earth, it was Jupiter. God creates everything. How does he do it? Natural. It's called supernatural. Super means more natural. It's not some mystical thing. He controls everything. And when we see the events that are coming down in Revelation, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. He told Job, you don't know what I have in store for that great day, on the day of the Lord, in that day of battle. What treasures are in heaven? What the hailstorm? Think about it. But I wanted to read this. I'm going to link to the information. Also, ScienceMag.com has reported on this back in 2015. It goes through basically the same information, talking about how Jupiter retreated from its closest approach to the sun about the distance of Mars' orbit today. What's between Mars and Jupiter now? The asteroid belt. It left behind the most rocky remnants that later coalesced into our solar system's inner planets, including Earth. And think about this, the ancient Nibiru legends of Tiamat. And you see how Jupiter has bounced in and out, as well as Saturn. We're seeing the sun go into a solar minimum. Just about a month ago or less, we saw the magnetopoles reverse for 3 days, with the sun decreasing in energy. We're looking at increased radiation, gamma rays from outside our solar system coming in. Doesn't have to be from Jupiter or Saturn, but that would affect the gravity, the orbits of every planet in that path, guys. We're not going to be told about the variances and the difference that they see. You'll have to check it out yourself. Many people have noticed the differences. But again, as Jupiter retreated from its closest approach to the sun, the distance of Mars today, it left behind the most rocky remnants that later coalesced into our solar system's inner planets. The information's out there. And guys, let me say this. When someone's telling you that you can see with your cell phone the second sun, but you can't see it with your eyes, then back off. Realize right away there's something wrong with that. First of all, if there was a second sun visible, you're not supposed to look at the sun anyway. But you would be able to see it with your eyes. It wouldn't be on a 10-cent camera in a cell phone. Jupiter is there. You can watch it every night that it's not cloudy and when it's on your side of the planet. That is Nibiru, the destroyer. It's a heads up. Be safe.